Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Today, I'm with Anna Zavelson in her dressing room at the Schoenfeld, where she's currently making her Broadway debut as Younger Allie in The Notebook. Anna!
Anna was ethereal in her New York stage debut as Clara in the New York City Center's Encores production of The Light in the Piazza, starring with Tony Award winner Ruthie Ann Miles, and was nominated for an LGBTQ Critics Dorian Theatre Award for Outstanding Featured Performance. She won the 2024 Clive Barnes Award for Dance and Theatre. Her TV credits include NBC's Revolution and Netflix's 13 Reasons Why. In May, she made her cabaret debut at 54 Below.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Anna.
Hi.
I am so excited that I get to celebrate your Broadway debut with you.
Oh.
It's insane. How do you feel?
I feel insane. I mean, I guess now we've been doing it for like a month and a half, I want to say, because we started at like the beginning of October and now we're mid-November, and it's just like every day has been something new and it's felt so surreal, and I've just been having the absolute best time, and I'm so glad I get to see you again.
Is this something that you dreamed?
Absolutely. I mean,
Obviously your Broadway debut.
yeah.
But what was that? At what age did you say, I'm going to be on Broadway one day?
Well, I saw my first musical when I was 6, and it was Phantom of the Opera, which is a choice to bring your 6-year-old child to. But I loved it, and I was like, this is all I want to do. Like, I wasn't really thinking long term because I was 6, but I was like screaming all the high notes, and my parents were like, ooh, okay, so this is going to be an issue. But they like let me do elementary school theater, and I feel like the first time that I realized that I like wanted to do theater was probably, I want to say like 5th or 6th grade. I got this opportunity to sing with André in like a children's choir.
Goodness.
It was
This is in Texas,
wild.
where you grew up?
Yeah, this
right?
is in Austin, Texas, where I grew up, and we performed at the Dolby in Los Angeles. But I like went in for this little audition of sorts in Texas and like sang a little song, and then the Adderley School is like, that's the school that was singing with André Bocelli, and they were like, you're cast, you're hired. And I was like, that was the biggest like thrill. And so I think from then on I was like, all right.
What has it been like for you to do 8 shows a week?
I
Because
mean,
that's new.
That's new.
You know,
yeah.
you've had different debuts, but that's something very new, and you've been doing it since October.
Yeah, it's been, honestly, I've learned a lot, but I think thankfully it's been a lot less strenuous and a lot less of a job than I thought it would be. Because, you know, I feel like we haven't really had time to reach a point of like burnout. I don't know if that happens, but like, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, you're doing 8 shows a week. Like, how do you not get tired? How do you not get bored? How do you maintain your energy through the show? And I really have not experienced that, just because this company and this show and just being here has been so wonderful.
And probably because you're really experiencing new things every day. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing to get bored of quite yet.
Yeah, I'm like, no matter what, we're trying different things, we're doing different things. It's great.
How did the role come your way?
Well, sort of a strange scenario. I had sent in a tape just like out of the blue a really, really long time ago, and I don't even remember when. And then I totally just like forgot about it. And then I had been doing spelling bee at Kennedy Center. That was like what I was signed on to do. Mm-hmm. And they released the cast announcement for that. And so I was like, okay, I'm a part-time student. I'm gonna go do spelling bee for a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna go back to school and do my junior fall semester.
Right.
And then like 2 or 3 days after the cast announcement happened, my agent called me and was like, hey, so they're offering you the role of Younger Allie on Broadway if you want to do that. And I just feel like I should have been freaking out, but like the only thing that was going on in my brain, I was like, but but what about spelling bee? Like, is that going to be okay? And like, what about school? And I was stressed. And so then my manager texted me after the phone call and was like, you don't have to if you don't want to. And then 3 minutes went by and I was like, why am I stressed out? Like, this is
about making
the
your
craziest,
Broadway debut.
yeah. And so then I was fully excited. But the first seconds of the phone call were just me like blank face, like, I'm sorry, what? Because that's just not anything that I was ever expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now you, as you said, you're in school. You're at the University of Michigan in your junior year. But you've had, in a very short amount of time, quite a meteoric rise from the Jimmys. And, of course, where I got to see you, which was the Light in the Piazza. Yeah. What was that experience like for you at New York City Center? And, of course, working with the very special Ruthie Ann Miles as your mother.
Yeah. I mean, that still is, I think for the rest of my life will probably be the most magical experience. I can't believe that it was almost 2 years ago.
I can't believe it either.
That's crazy.
Because I still see and feel all of your work.
Thank you.
In the show.
Yeah, I mean, it was also 10 days. Like, we put everything together in 10 days, and Chaeyu and Parker and Ruthie and like all these brilliant minds in one room. Just, it felt like a whirlwind of whatever was going on there.
Well, you were really working with the best of the best.
Yeah. I mean,
you're right out of the gate.
I could not, I truly...
Come in. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. It's good to see you. It's Lia Chang.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good.
Hey.
You too.
I'm very well.
Good. You just visit a little visit. Oh, you're.
It's okay. You want to come and say hello?
No, I'm sorry.
No, come and say hello.
This should have been an on.
No.
I'll just go. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay. Bye.
Bye, Marianne.
Okay. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
No, this is perfect.
Okay.
She's so sweet.
I love her. So that, and then you turn around and you make your cabaret debut at 54 Below.
Yes.
What prompted you to do that?
I mean, honestly, well, so somebody came to me about doing that show, I think, like August of that summer of Piazza, and I grew up doing concerts. I was in a band when I was in Texas.
Oh, so it's just old hat for you.
Well, I just like the way that it was me and my friend Joey, and he played piano and I sang. So it was really just like, and he wouldn't talk when we first started because we were both really young, and so I was the one that was like, "Hey guys, welcome to our set," and like just talking about anything. And we were like 9, so nobody really cared. But I kind of grew up doing that and kind of learning how to interact with the crowd. And so when we were approached about doing 54 Below, I was like,
oh, yeah,
I'd love to do a cabaret. And it was a little bit different than I thought it would be. But
in what way?
It. Just, I think that you're telling more of a story. And like when my friend and I were in our band, it would be more like, how's everybody doing tonight? We're going to introduce some songs. We're going to tell a little funny story and then go into this song. But nothing was linear, and people didn't really care about who we were. And I think doing 54 Below, I realized
it's all about you.
Yeah, I needed to explain myself and just be more personal, which was a little bit intimidating because the idea of filling up in like 90 minutes with just yourself and talking about yourself is scary. I was like, I don't know who wants to see that, but it was such a
very
rewarding,
successful night.
Thank you.
I'm
honored that you were there. Truly.
I was delighted to be there, Jason and I I got to meet your parents
and
your grandparents too, right? Were there that night.
Yeah.
So what does it mean for you to be telling this story here at the Notebook? Were you familiar? Who's not familiar with the movie? But before you auditioned, had you investigated the show?
Yeah, I mean, I was familiar with the movie. My mom is such a rom-com, and this isn't a rom-com, but like romantic movie person, and so we would put it on and cry. But I mean, honestly, I think that I've come to realize through doing the musical version of this show that it's such a beautiful love story, and I think that the movie really focuses on like younger middle Noah and Allie, but I think that we at the musical have a lot of the story is talking about dementia and talking about older Allie and older Noah, and I think that really brings like this like brutal, like it makes it so much more real, and it just hits the audience. So I think that it's more impactful than the movie, but like I'm a little bit biased. But and so it feels so special to be able to do that. Because also I think doing Piazza, that was a musical where everybody was crying in the audience, and I think that being a part of now 2 shows that have touched people in a really specific, special way, it's so cool. I hope to be able to keep doing shows like this where I just...
Do they hand out tissues?
Oh, yes.
Do they sell? They
sell tissue boxes.
Special.
They sell little notebook tissue boxes.
That's hilarious. So, I know this is a very short amount of time, but do you have anything else on your wish list?
Ooh, like dream roles or like ooh.
I mean, put it out there. Are we manifesting it, right? You manifested being on Broadway. You're here.
I don't know. I mean, I tell everybody, I think Christine in Phantom of the Opera is just such a dream role, because that was the first show that I saw, and that music is fantastic. And
did you ever get to see Allie do it?
I never got to see Allie do it.
She was so magical.
I
So
really wish that I
magical.
could have seen her, because she's phenomenal, and she's such a brilliant and like wonderful human. So I'm sure her Christine was so beautiful. And I guess kind of following in her footsteps, she like, that was a full circle moment for me, is now like being friends with her and having looked up to her as being one of the first Asian Americans that I've seen like be on stage in this iconic soprano ingenue role.
Something that you could do. You saw yourself,
crazy.
right? You see
Yeah.
yourself in her on some levels.
Yeah, and so that's so full circle. But anyway, that is a dream role. I don't know. I mean, I would love to be a part of something new, I think, because Piazza is a revival, and I'm here stepping into this role, and it's really cool, and I love doing that, and I kind of want to see what I can stretch myself to without a roadmap, and like just taking on something completely new.
Well, how did you spend your summer?
Oh, well, I got to do a couple workshops actually, and doing that new work was just really rewarding. But I went to Williamstown, which is like way up there, and we did a cabaret, and that not anything like 54 Below. We were just kind of mashing up songs together and just working with all these different artists. And I got to do a concert at the 92nd Street Y, which was fantastic. We were honoring Sheldon Harnick, and I mean, that music is iconic. Actually, there you go. She Loves Me, Amalia. That's also...
So, what does it mean for you to be an Asian American theater maker in this time and taking up this space on a Broadway stage?
It means the world, and it really, like, it was something special to do that with Piazza, because it was just like being an Asian American family and telling that story just
without
meant
changing
a lot,
word.
without changing anything, meant so much to me. And I think that because I was just starting out, I didn't really understand the gravity or like how much that impacted people. And so to be doing that here in this show, I mean, I think The Notebook is so special because all of the Allies and the Noahs can be whoever they want to be, and they are not, like, even as actors, disregarding the fact that I'm Asian. Like, Michael and Shelley were like, make your own decisions. We don't want you to make any of the same acting choices that everybody else is making. And so it feels like we have so much freedom as just artists, and I really love that. But then also I'll go out the stage door and see so many Asian Americans that came to see the show that saw themselves represented in just like a simple, well, not simple, but just like this beautiful love story.
And what did they say to you?
Whenever anybody's like, it means so much to see somebody that looks like me on stage just unapologetically playing somebody in love and like singing this score and just standing in their own power. Like the people at the stage door, like that means the world, because it just shows that I'm not alone in wanting to do theater and wanting to fall in love and tell these stories. And
well, you're just getting to be a human being on stage
Yeah.
and have a fully rounded arc. So, Anna, you know I could talk to you all day long, but you have a show to do. So I am so grateful that we got a chance to sit down. I'm so happy for you.
thank you so much. It truly, I love talking to you.
Come see Anna Zavelson and company in the Notebook. She is here until December 15th.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me for this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Until next time.
Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. I'm your host, Lia Chang. Tonight, I'm at Maya the Musical, the concert being produced by National Asian Artists Project and Prospect Musicals at Symphony Space.
Maya features book and music by Chiang Ng, book and lyrics by Eric Sorrells, with direction by J. Meyer Core. The duo will receive the 20th Annual Fred Ebb Award for Aspiring Musical Theater Songwriters in December.
Maya the Musical!
Leading the cast as Maya is Sabrina Shaw, joined by principal performers Mitu Chalana, Ruchir Kanzanchi, Michael Maliakel, Yamuna Meleth, and Surab Wadia, with Devin Kaluri, Jonathan Raviv, Sushma Saha, Jasmine Sharma, and National Asian Artists Project's chorus members.
Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. I'm your host, Lia Chang.
Central Scholarship Bureau celebrated a century of supporting educational excellence at their Centennial Gala, held at Live Casino and Hotel Maryland on November 6, 2024. Morgan State University Choir, under the direction of Dr. Eric Conway, performed several numbers. Tony, Grammy, and Emmy Award-winning Baltimore native André DeShields, who received a Central Scholarship Bureau scholarship in 1964, performed I Got Life from Hair and Believe in Yourself from The Wiz, accompanied by music director Drew Woodkey and the David Bach Band.
In our first 45 years, Central Scholarship provided financial support to 1,500 Maryland students, including a young Baltimore student named André DeShields.
In 1964, when I had this dream to go to college, which was unheard of in the inner city where I grew up, the reason it could happen is because of the Central Scholarship Bureau. They can point to a marquee and say, you see that name, André DeShields? He's one of ours. One of the reasons his name is in lights is because we believed in him and his dream 42 years ago.
You know,
some things that we all know, but we don't take them out and look at them very often. We know that something is eternal, and it's not houses, and it's not earth, it's not names, it's not even the stars. Everybody knows in their bones that something is eternal. And that something has to do with human beings. The greatest people that ever lived have been telling us that for 5,000 years. Yet you'd be surprised how often we lose hold of it. There is something way down deep that is eternal about every human being. If you believe within your heart, you know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel. I know you're right because the time will come around when you say it's yours. Believe there's a reason to breathe. Believe you can make time stand still. And know from the moment
Thank you for joining me for this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Until next time.